If you're like most people, you at some point have probably wondered, how come Kim Jong Un hasn't been assassinated yet? Because as we all know, he's an extremely scary and crazy man. However, in this video, I'm going to be telling you why it would be pretty much impossible to assassinate him. And I'll be revealing some of his deepest, darkest secrets that he doesn't want you to know about, including the Merc. So make sure you stick around to the end. As always, before we start, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a future video. Now, as we all know, Kim Jong Un is an extremely powerful man and is the leader of North Korea. We all know he's extremely famous for his love of nuclear weapons, and his threat to use them against us all. In fact, only a couple of days ago, North Korea unveiled their new nuclear weapon, which is now the most powerful bomb in the entire world, and is probably the most dangerous weapon of mass destruction, which is great, especially in the capable hands of North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. Now, as we all know, this guy is extremely crazy, and you're probably thinking, how come he's not been assassinated yet? Well, this is why. For a start, he has the best secret service in the world, and they are always with him. Like, the bloke can't even go to the toilet or get a cup of coffee without them being near him, because there's a massive risk of him being killed. Wonder why. On top of this, North Korea is such a dictated country that literally you do one thing wrong there, you're just gonna get killed. Prisons pretty much don't exist. The country is so strict that there is only 15 legal haircuts. If you want a 16th one, well, you'll be killed. So people in this place know not to double cross Kim Jong Un or his soldiers. He will have weekly rallies where he will just talk to a huge number of his soldiers, sometimes up to 10,000 of them. It's literally like living in Nazi Germany, so why would you want to go there? Now, North Korea have also banned pretty much everything that shows Western civilization, including dogs. However, there is also speculation that Kim himself actually fed his uncle to a group of hungry dogs. Lovely chap. And we also do know that he killed his own brother. So it's pretty clear no one would dare to go near this guy for fear of their life, let alone try and assassinate the bloke. Now also, there are travel bans. You literally cannot get into North Korea even if you tried. In fact, journalists who go for news reports or TV shows in North Korea have to go through a long process in order to just get in there for a day or two. But if I was a journalist, North Korea is the last place I would want to go. Now, what does a day in the life of Kim Jong Un actually look like? And by looking at his diet, you'll wonder why he's not dead already. This man's diet consists of up to 5,000 calories a day. He sure loves his food. Now, just to put into scale how much he eats, he will set up an entire banquet, like a family meal, every single night. But the difference is, he'll eat it all himself. He will just scoff his face full. And the meal will usually consist of something like a roast, pizzas, burgers, chips, cake, anything you can imagine. He'll just eat the most fattening stuff he can find because he likes it. And believe it or not, most of this food is actually illegal in North Korea, but it's fine, he's still allowed it. Now, normally his day would consist of him waking up, doing a bit of work, going and meeting some people, doing a rally, blah blah blah. Now, a crazy fact about North Korea I can guarantee you did not know. He is convinced over 75% of the North Korean population that the internet does not exist. So although I highly doubt it, if you're in North Korea now and you're watching this video, comment down below. So all of the people in North Korea literally have no idea the internet exists because they don't have phones, they don't have laptops, it's all banned in North Korea. Everything is censored and limited. However, for Kim, it's absolutely fine. Everything exists like it does for all of us. He can have pet dogs, he can have phones, the internet, anything he wants, even though it's banned for the rest of the population. People in North Korea are literally just living under a rock, and they have no clue what is going on in the outside world. Now, as bizarre as it is, who do you reckon Kim Jong Un's best friend is? No one but former star Dennis Rodman. You know, the extremely famous retired basketball player who's a bit strange, but you know. Well, yeah, they're best friends and they actually meet up quite a lot. But I don't think Dennis would want to stay in North Korea for too long. Now, bringing me on to the secret about Kim Jong Un. And this is genuinely why it would be pretty much impossible to assassinate him. This is the Merc, his private car. Now, Mercedes are actually banned in North Korea because once again, apparently it shows Western civilization, so nobody's allowed these cars, especially Mercedes. However, of course, it's absolutely fine for Kim to have one because he's the leader of the country. He got this car custom built in China, and you will never believe what it consists of. Well, the doors are as thick as aeroplane doors. Literally a bazooka couldn't get through those doors. So even if you're peppering this car with a machine gun or anything, it ain't gonna get through it. Now in the front of the car is a pretty cool high-tech dashboard which controls a secret machine gun which is under the car. Pretty crazy, right? You wouldn't want to mess with this. Now, the reason this is a secret is because nobody in the country knows that this is on the car. People in North Korea think it's just a regular car because it looks normal. You can't tell it's got guns in it, you can't tell the doors are thick and whatever. It of course also has blacked out windows, and everything else you'd expect on someone of his powers car. Now on top of this, he also has his special service, which are always with him, and these guys are crazy. The way they march in and out of each other is absolutely phenomenal, the training is unbelievable. But I mean, it had to be. If they mucked up, well, he'd shoot them. Now, whenever Kim's going to a rally or a meeting or whatever, he'd go in his Merc, and these soldiers would always be following behind him and next to the car. It's called the protection formation. It's almost like the formation the Romans used to do with their shields, where they'd all go into one. It's very similar. So basically, whenever he's driving, he'd have soldiers in front of the car, behind the car, and on both sides of the car. And they look the part as well. They look like pretty much Korean James Bonds in their suits, and of course are armed. So if someone was trying to assassinate Kim and got within 10 meters, first of all his secret service would get him. If they managed to wipe them out, well then you'd have the car to deal with the massive plain thick bulletproof doors and a huge chain gun underneath it. Don't forget about that. However, if you did somehow manage to get through it and kill Kim, your life would be horrific, and you would wish you were dead. It's safe to say these soldiers would not just kill you quickly and that would be the end of it. You would be tortured day in, day out in a horrific prison, constantly. So that's why it would be pretty much impossible to assassinate the leader, Kim Jong Un. Comment down below what videos you want to see on the channel.